I love you, Mommy.
Hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. Dana's a mess over here today.
I saw something.
Facts. Because she's been munching on popcorn for the last 15 minutes.
Girl, I'll still eat popcorn. I'm just kidding.
Thanks for joining us on Mom's Time to Wine. My wine bottle's already empty, so to that.
I'm not drinking. I'm having a health crisis. I'm not drinking.
A health crisis. I don't want to hear about it.
Sounds like I'm pregnant. I'm not. I have diabetes.
I can't even get into this with you.
I know.
It's bad. Yet, what's in your cup?
Sugar, zero sugar. You want to see? It's zero sugar, pink lemonade.
You know what I'm wondering? What it should be? What should be, Dane?
Oh, sorry. I drank my water for today. Okay? If I drink water, I'm gonna pee the bed.
Buy it.
I'm
done. And blame it on Sophia.
I couldn't even probably do that. I would
That'd be amazing, though. She'd be like, "No, mommy, you did."
It needs to go away.
So I am drinking. I got my cute little Hocus Pocus cup from Walgreens circa 2020, 2019, maybe even.
I got a new cup.
That is Walgreens 2022.
Well, did I say that last week? I melted my other cup.
Oh, yeah, you did in the dishwasher. Dum.
That skull got ran over. Big fun.
I love it. So, what's been going on with you this week? I know you guys have been sick. I think a lot of our followers know that too.
We've been sick and double sick. Me and Sophie have been sick. So we haven't done anything. Like literally nothing.
That sounds so fun.
We just like sat around in our own germs. Basically.
Ew.
Well,
earlier I did talk to Sophia and we FaceTimed earlier because Sophia wanted to see Jane, and Sophia's just sitting there like eating barbecue sauce.
Literally like using her chicken nugget to eat the barbecue sauce. Like
it was so funny. I'm like, are you good, kid? You got barbecue sauce smeared all over your face.
She was living her best life. She did eventually finish the whole chicken, so I was like, hey, I'm not gonna complain.
The kids ate chicken tonight too, actually.
Yeah.
We all ate chicken tonight. Me and Will had, what do we have, babe? Chicken, spinach artichoke stuffed chicken. That was really good. It was really good. And some tortellini. Huh?
You cooked it?
No, I bought it from the store already stuffed and I popped in the oven.
No.
I'm not buying I was tired. I already called you this morning, telling you how crappy of a day I was having.
Well, it wasn't this morning. It was like 5 o'clock this afternoon.
It felt like it.
It was literally like 5
o'clock. It's been a long freaking day, people. It's been a long day. My kids were, my son is awesome, and he wasn't really driving me crazy. When we were at the grocery store a little bit, but Jane is not sleeping, and she's making me nuts because I'm not sleeping, and she's not sleeping. And then she doesn't want to take naps during the day anymore all of a sudden either, and she's not even a year old yet. So I'm pretty much over that, and I'm tired.
Sophia doesn't give me a hard time with her naps. It's bedtime. But tonight, at 7 o'clock, I shut the TV off downstairs. And I was like, come on, we're going to go upstairs for bed. And then we came up, and she gave me a hard time, like, putting her jammies on. I had to, like, hold her like this, and, like, Butler had to, like, slide her pants on and off, and, like, it was a mess.
I feel that.
And then we just laid in the dark, but it took her from, like, 7:30 till 9 o'clock to fall asleep. Like, it shouldn't take that long. I fell asleep 3 times. I woke up by the time she fell asleep. I doze off, and then she'll, like,
when Dana's not here on time, guys, it's because she fell asleep.
I really didn't want to get out of bed. I was.
Well, that's on Thursdays. I really can't snuggle with Oliver because I will pass out in his bed with him for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was, like, contemplating, like, setting my alarm and, like, taking, like, a snooze. I'm like, I'll wake up at, like, 11.
William. At 11. I won't even hear my alarm. Amber will be calling me like, yo, bitch, what are you doing?
Yeah. But then, like, it started, like, monsooning, and it's still monsooning. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was raining all day, but then
it
stopped, and then all of a sudden, like, I heard it hitting my window, and I looked over, and you couldn't even see out my bedroom windows. It was all raindrops, and I could hear it out this window.
It was raining here earlier, but
then it was so humid. I thought it was summer again. I was like, dude, this is disgusting. I can't.
I'm done.
I hate it, but whatever. Probably should get into what we're actually here for. Do you remember?
Yeah. Dana has mentioned multiple times how this is my whole episode because I'm the only one who has friends.
Listen. Friends. Well, I have, like, a couple of friends.
Okay. So, if you're watching and you're a mom, was it hard for you to get mom friends after you became a mom? So for me, it's not that I didn't have friends still. Like, this curl is really going to bug me. It's not that I didn't have friends, right? Like, because Dana was my friend, and we have a bunch of mutual friends and whatever. But I was the first one to have a kid. So even though my sister had a baby, like, literally at the same time as me, but that's a whole nother thing. And maybe I'll bring my sister on one day and whatever. But for me, it was like, even though I had friends to hang out with, I didn't have friends to hang out with my kids, if that makes sense. Because it was kind of like, you guys didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Even though you loved my kid.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't really, like, do fun things because kids are annoying. I'm not sugarcoating it. Like, Oliver wants to go to the movies, okay? And I said to him, well, bud, we can't all go to the movies. Like, we got to pick and choose, or we have to see if Mimi can babysit. Like, this is just an example. And he's like, well, why can't Jane come? And I'm like, because other people are paying millions of dollars to go to the movies. Okay?
Did you hear her all day today?
Like, the movies ain't cheap, bro. This isn't like when I was a teenager and we had $5 movie nights at Franklin Mills. Okay, that's not the thing anymore. It's a whole credit card payment to go to the movies.
It really is.
It is. And I mean, in all honesty, to me, I'm like, why? I pay for every single streaming service there is. So why am I going to pay to go to the movies?
Yeah.
But every once in a while, like, for a special occasion, I'll take him to the movies. He really wants to go see the stupid new Mario movie that's coming out. And like next year, he's already talking about it. And I'm like, but your sister can't go. Well, why? Because babies are annoying. Because babies don't shut up. Because if they're in a bad mood and they're cranky, they're going to keep on crying and keep on crying. And then you don't enjoy yourself because they're crying. They're crying all day. And I'm over it. To be perfectly frank about it, I'm over it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard too, I think, when you are trying to find mom friends. They have to be the same kind of mom as you. Like, how do I put that? Like, I am a very, like, I curse in front of my kid. I am brutally honest with my kid, but at the same time, like, I want him to tell me how he feels about things. I try to understand his emotions. But when he's really annoying me and under my skin, I'm like, yo, you're crying for no fucking reason. Please go away.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, we were talking about this today. When there's not a reason for you to cry, like, please don't. Like, stop. I just can't deal with that. Like, I can't deal with it. And that's probably a me problem, not a kid problem, because obviously he's 7 and he doesn't know. And Jane is a baby and she doesn't know. But, like, I can't. If you cry for no reason, I literally can't deal. I cannot deal. And that's definitely a me thing, but I can't deal with you, so you need to walk away from me or else I'm going to flip my lid. But there are a lot of moms, and I've met moms who sit there and are like, did you really just, like, tell your kid to go fuck himself? I'm like, well, no, I just said, get the fuck away from me. Because I'm not going to lie, like, I do. I curse in front of my kid. Or if I'm in the car and my bangs are really annoying me today.
Your
Sorry.
mom's going to yell at you.
Like, or Dana hears me in the car when we're on the phone. And I'm like, oh, my God, get out of my effing way, you idiot. Whatever. My kids are in the car with me. They're in the car with me. I'm going to tell you something I've learned in my life. Okay. In my short 32 years, I'm sure there's other moms on here that are like, you're young, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Guess what? I'm about to lay some truth on you. My mom, my entire life, wouldn't let us curse. You see my mom in the comments on here. If I say a bad word, she's coming for me like I'm 5. I'm a grown adult, okay? I have seen so many people and met so many people in my life who were allowed to curse in front of their parents, not at their parents, in front of their parents. Those are the people who curse significantly less. The fact that it was like something that was like taken away, it wasn't really allowed to happen. I curse so much more.
Yeah. I get that.
And I really do think that that's a reason. So I curse in front of my kids. And guess what? If my kid says a bad word, he doesn't really get punished for it. Do I like it coming out of his mouth? No, I don't. Do I say, hey, you're 6, maybe don't say that? Yeah, I do. But does he get punished? No, he doesn't. Now, if he came up to B and went, yo, be quiet, B, you're getting we're about to fight.
Yeah.
But he's also respectful enough to not say something like that to me. So, whatever. Back to the part of, like, you need other moms who get that. You need a mom friend who gets that. Me and Dana, very similar. We're also very different when it comes to some stuff.
I agree.
But you know who? One of my best friends, known her for my entire life, literally since we were babies. I never thought she'd be a mom like me. Our personalities are polar opposites of each other. But when we are on the phone and she is sitting there like, oh my God, I can't handle these effing kids today. I don't know. Whatever. F this. And I'm like, wow, dude, I never thought that ever we would be the same kind of mom. Like, we're so different. But it just comes to show you, like, being a parent brings out, like, the best and worst parts of you, I think. And it doesn't make you a bad mom. I don't think it makes you a bad mom. I think it's very important to tell your kids, like, yo, I'm feeling super frustrated right now. I need you to get out of my face.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say something I'm going to regret and feel guilty about later, and I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I'd rather just avoid that whole situation. So please just get away from me.
Yeah, I agree.
So whatever. But, I mean, obviously you didn't have Sophia. until I already moved here.
Yeah.
So when I first moved here, I tried to make friends. I tried, like I did, because I was very lonely. And for 3 years, almost 3 years I lived here, I didn't have any friends. I went out with one girl when I first moved here that my mom knew. We went to the movies. She didn't have any kids. She had like nieces and nephews though. We went to the movies. We had like a good time at the movies. It was just like, weird because it was like my mom's friend, not my friend, but she was
Right.
my
Yeah.
like they worked together. But
Oh my God.
and she's nice and I like her and we're friends on Facebook and stuff, but we never hung out again after that.
Right.
Just because sugar. I I went off the screen. I just was like, whatever. And then I started working at Sheetz and I hated everybody. So that was that. I hated everybody.
Right.
I hated everybody. Whether you were a mom or not a mom, I didn't like you. So it didn't matter. And I worked third shifts. So even when I tried to I joined mom groups. I'm still part of mom groups in North Carolina. Like I joined 3 mom groups on Facebook. I downloaded an app to meet up with other moms. Never happened for years. But it's also you have to, it's like a relationship. You have to feel that person out. You have to know. It's not everybody is meant to be your friend in life.
No. And this is where I want to say is baloney, because I don't feel like going through all that. I don't feel like shifting through friends and people and being like, we work, we don't work. Oh, it's a lot.
It is a lot. No, it is. And that's why I have such a small circle. I've always had a small circle. You know that. I've never been a quantity person.
Yeah.
I've always been a quality person. We've had friends from work and stuff when we go and celebrate birthday parties or whatever. But on the daily, I have 5 people. So and it's always been that way. It's but when one of those 5 people leave, I usually find somebody that replaces them.
Yeah.
Eventually. So, for me, it's that's really hard. I think it's super difficult to find friends that are that are moms that also can relate to you, but also your kids have to get along.
Yeah.
If your kids don't get along, what's the point?
No, I get.
You know, yeah, you can be friends with them, but if your kids don't get along, it's kind of then you have to really kind of decide on okay, well, what do I do? But at Sheetz, I had a third shift manager. She was older than me, and she had 4 or 5 kids, but they were all big. They weren't little. And we got along when we worked together. We never really hung out outside of work. But yeah, I just really, and it made me really depressed because I was home alone all the time. On my days off, I was literally sitting here or at my mom's house. I spent all of my time either in my apartment, miserable, or at my mom's, miserable. Because me and Will didn't work. We weren't always off at the same time. So
don't get me wrong. I really do wish there are some days where I sit here and I'm man, I really wish I had that person to call and be hey, you want to take your kids and go do this? Or if you were here, I feel we would, when our schedules lined up, we would just sit here and let the kids do whatever they wanted to do. And just
yeah, for sure,
eat snacks and watch movies.
Yeah.
Or go for walks and do all that stuff. And I probably could, there's people I probably could text, but sometimes I feel an inconvenience, if I'm or like not an inconvenience, but like I'm bothering people. Like that's my biggest thing with like trying to make friends is that I've always felt this way. Like I
That's
don't
your
want,
anxiety.
yeah, that's my anxiety. Like
I'm
I
the same
don't want to
way,
be a bother to you. Like I don't want to interrupt your day just because I want to go play. Like basically, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like when I do work up the courage, I guess you could say, to make the text, and then I get rejected, I'm like, well, that's it. Like, yeah, I know where my, I won't. I won't really ever do
Yeah,
it
but
again.
you have to have that mindset of like, okay,
Like I know
just 'cause
people
you're
have
not busy
lives
doesn't
and
mean
like
that
yeah,
they're not
right. I
busy.
I get that. I but in my like it's funny because it's like half of me like understands that and the other half
Yeah.
of me is like I just
It's
got
like, oh, you don't
rejected.
want to hang
Like
out with me.
yeah,
Rude.
like now I'm sad. So I always like tell people like, hey, I'm here if you need somebody. Like, you know,
Yeah. No, I totally get that because
that goes a lot into like the whole like me even texting people first thing like that we talked about before is like I don't like feeling like I'm bothering somebody or like I don't like the idea like the fear of the rejected conversation. You know what I mean? Like that
yeah.
awkward like I don't know.
Well,
You know,
dude, even the same thing like yesterday. Okay, and this is no shade whatsoever because I love this girl. She's awesome. But Oliver's best friend at school, um, we've been hanging out with his family. They hang out all the time. But yesterday I was like, hey, what are you guys doing for Halloween? Because
right?
they live in like a really cute neighborhood. It's not that far away from us, and it's like here we live in farm area. People literally drive to trick or treat. We drive.
Yeah,
Like we throw the kids in the trunk and like drive down the roads to trick or treat. People have golf carts to trick or treat. Never seen anything like this in my life, okay? But this is how we trick or treat here because the houses are so far apart. So they live in like a newly developed area and the houses are closer together. And Oliver obviously would love to trick or treat with his friend, right?
right.
So I was like, hey, like, what are you guys doing for Halloween? Blah, blah, blah. Gonna be like, hey, why don't we trick or treat together? And she's like, oh, well, we're going to just trick or treat in the area, whatever, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I think Oliver would really like to like do that with you guys or what, And then nothing.
Yeah,
But then like 5 minutes later, she texts me and she's like, you guys should come trick or treat with us. She's like, I meant to hit send. I didn't hit it. And I was just like, well, I was just going to say, hey, can we come invade your space for the night?
right.
And she was like, no, you guys are never invading our space. But even though we hang out like once a week, like the kids really do hang out on Sundays, almost every Sunday. We do something together. So even though that's the case, like, and we're friends, you still get that, like, oh, am I bothering you?
Yeah.
Because we are those kind of people that we get anxious about stuff like that. Like we don't want to we are the kind of people who are relationships are important to us because we are so selective with who we give our time to.
Yeah, because of all the effed up stuff that your best friends do.
Yeah, been there many times, many fucking times. I'm not gonna talk about that. But
I already did.
you already did.
Kind of. Not to my full extent, but yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like we I think that that's part of the reason. I think that's why it's hard. I mean, some people can just do it. Like,
oh yeah, there's like those social
people can just
butterflies
do
out
it.
there that
Like,
are just like boom,
who
boom,
are
let's-
running everything. Like, I'm just letting you know. And I am getting more comfortable with talking to people. Like, we have a first grade mom group chat that I'm in right now, and we're all gonna go hang out on Sunday and get the kids together. So I mean, that's cool. I like that. Maybe there's somebody who likes the same stuff as me. I don't know. I feel like too, like I don't give people chances.
Yeah.
You're the same way though. I feel like we don't really have any back and forth with this. But I will say, okay, so moved here and lived here for 3 years without a friend. Like, no friends. Completely, like, just didn't care anymore, right? Super depressed. Basically talk to you all the time. But that was it. It was just, like, talking to you and, like, a few other people from Philly, but not like that.
Yeah.
And you were working still. You didn't even have Sophia yet. So it was like...
Yeah, every time you would call me, I'd be like...
You'd be like at
working.
work or doing something. And I'm like...
I could shift life.
Wawa. Wawa life. But, so when I got my job at Walgreens, literally like my first week there, they were all getting together to go bowling. And I don't even know if I told my friend Ashley this actually. But they were all getting together to go bowling. I was new. I think there was another new person, and then our store manager was new. Like, he just got promoted to store manager. It was his first store. So they decided to do like a whole like, hey, let's get to know each other thing, right? I did not go. I was gonna go. I didn't want to. Like, I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I hated, when I say that I hated the people I worked with at Sheetz, like, besides obviously my mom, who she hated working with me, just like you hated working with me, because I'm a psycho. But literally like 2 people besides my mom that I didn't like despise being there with.
Right.
So for me, it was kind of like, I don't really feel like making friends at that point. And also, like, I didn't like anybody I worked with at Sheetz. And I just felt like all the people in the South were just all the same at that point. And which is so rude of me, but, like, I was just over it. Like, I was over it. I didn't have a good taste in my mouth, right? So I remember, like, Will was like, oh, you can stay home with me and we can watch a movie together. And I was like, all right, that sounds way more appealing to me than going bowling with people I don't know, right?
Right.
So whatever. At some point, me and Ashley, I'll say her name because she's not going to care. Me and Ashley were closing a lot together, and we just started talking. And she's from New York, so we had that in common. And she's a big mouth, just like me, so we have that in common.
Yeah.
And she is an a-hole, just like me, so we have that in common too.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, and then she has a son. So everybody else that we worked with, they all have older kids too. Like, her kid is older than mine.
Yeah.
Our other friends from that store have older kids too. So it was like hard, and they had more than one kid. So, you know, the girls tended to play together more often. And then the boys played together. So it was like she had a boy, I had a boy. It just kind of happened. Like, we just went bowling together a few times as like a group. And then we would just started hanging out by ourselves.
Right.
And we just have the same kind of personality in the sense of, like, she yells at her kid like I yell at my kid. And you know how, like, I will lose it. Like, I'm talking to you on the phone earlier and I'm losing my freaking mind, right?
Yeah. I just sit and listen.
I'm
just like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's just, and I'm like, I remember in the beginning, I, like, yelled at Oliver for something. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, dude, I'd be yelling at my kid too. Like, You're totally fine. And she'll yell at Oliver and I'll yell at her kid. You know, like, just like I would yell at Sophia when she touched the stove, and I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. Because it's so natural. No, she curses me off. She's going on timeout. I'll put her on timeout too. I don't care.
Oh my gosh. Good luck.
But you know what I mean? Like, and you have to have that. Like, I trust her with my kid.
Yeah.
you know, it's not just about that. Like, you have to have that connection, and I don't know, you just, it's harder to find than you think it is, but it's nice. I mean, I love her to death. She's one of my best friends, but I mean, and we barely even see each other.
Yeah.
She's like due. She's about to have another baby, and she's due in March, and I haven't even seen her since she told me she was pregnant. Like,
That's crazy.
I haven't even seen her. Maybe once, because we both work so much, and now with, like, we both have 2 kids, and she's about to have another kid, and it's like, it's just craziness. But and we were seeing each other all the time. But now it's like we just snap every day. We talk every day still. We just don't see each other every day. But, I mean, honestly, she, like, saved me from going crazy. Yeah. For real. Like, and you even know, like, I get jealous. I'm a jealous friend.
So am I.
It's not a good thing about me. I don't like to be that way, but especially because when I was pregnant, I got a little jealous. But she's also the kind of person that I can be like, yo, bitch, you just, like, you hurt my feelings, and she's like, oh, sorry, but she does the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Like, and yesterday, like, even her husband hurt my feelings, and I texted him. I was like, that was not cool, a-hole. And me and him were just going back and forth, and I'm like, but I still love you.
Right.
Like, you know, it's not, I am the kind of person who's, like, gonna say what I think, and it's either gonna come out really mean, but if I don't have to filter myself, that's a friendship I want. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one that's gonna last, because I don't have to filter myself around you. I don't have to choose my words carefully, because you already know what I mean.
Exactly.
And I think that that's important. I don't think that that's something you find a lot. I'm lucky. I have you, and I have her, and I have Alex.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do have Siobhan and Nicolette too, but I just don't ever, they're not moms, which they've known me the longest. So they know my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, since high school, before I've ever met any of you guys. So it's just different kind of relationship. And we'll get it more into that, their relationships and stuff, in, like, the next episode, because they don't have kids.
Yeah.
So that's, like, more of the maintaining your friendships thing with people who don't have kids. But it's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
I know, like, so, like, when I got pregnant and I had Sophia, and then, like, obviously it was COVID, so I really didn't get to hang out with anybody. And once she got to a certain age, I forget, it was this time last year. So, my mom was like, you should, like, find something to put her in. And I'm like, well, like, what do you mean? She's like mommy and me classes. I think it'll do good for both of you, because I was just sitting around, and so was Sophia, and she wasn't socializing, and she had a really hard time socializing. Like, she cried. Yeah. She cried at family. She cried. Just, it was awful. Like, there was
hated everybody.
She literally, like, she couldn't deal. So I put her in this. It's they're like, it's like a gym class for the kids, and, like, the moms stay or whatever. And I thought for sure I would, like, meet, like, at least one mom that, like, we would hit it all. Like, and don't get me wrong, they're all very nice there. They're, you know, I talked to plenty of people there. There's people that, you know, we became friends on Facebook and stuff, but I haven't met that one person that's just like, I connect with you, and I could text you, and we could go to the mall, we could go for walks, we could go to the playground. Like,
Yeah.
but that might be me not trying, or it might just
Yeah,
be
maybe.
like maybe I'm just not likable. I don't know. But
Well, I think with
everybody loves my kid,
guys,
so
oh, yeah, awesome. Everybody loves my kid too. Like he if anything, my kid makes the friends for me.
yeah. And then it's like it's like, well, there was one time where, you know, like I got invited to the playground twice, and I went. I did go, and I got invited to a birthday party, and I went, and like we'll talk over like Instagram and stuff, but it's never like let's go hang out, you know.
Yeah.
And like it's fine, whatever. But and I see them twice a week, basically.
Yeah.
But I like still would like that person with a kid that like again I could go to their house, or they could come to my house. And like even right now, like I need to start exercising, or at least going for a walk. At very least, my doctor's like, just go walk. Like,
Yeah.
go walk for 45 minutes. But I don't want to do it by myself, you know? Like, I'd rather have somebody there to walk with, or like Sophia can talk to. And just I don't like Alex doesn't have any kids, so I mean she'd probably go for a walk with me if our schedules lined up. But still, like I wish Sophia had more like interaction.
I think Sophia's getting enough interaction. I think it's you who isn't.
You really like, you think? I don't know. Sometimes,
Yeah,
I
think she's fine.
Yeah, she still hates people, but
yeah, but people are
she's
people.
better. She's very much better, and like I'm glad that I started this class. But I went in like maybe I'll meet like some friends. Like maybe I'll actually, you know, meet some mom friends.
I'm in pain. Sorry, I'm not making faces at you.
I would like, you know, they're acquaintances. We like chit chat on social media, but I couldn't like spill my life story to them. You know, it's not really.
You don't
like
even spill your life story to me.
It's not true. You know my life.
I've learned more about you on this.
Really? Girl?
I feel like well, same though. Yeah. I just think we just didn't need to like talk about our life stories like that. You didn't need to know. We didn't need to like talk about our damage. Plenty of damage happened in the 10 years we've known each other.
Yeah. But I don't know. Mom life is lonely.
Yeah, I did actually want to have one of my friends come on for this episode specifically, but she's really busy. She's like a runner, and she's got 2 kids, and she does all this stuff. But she posted on Instagram about how lonely being a mom is, and people just don't understand it. And that's what made me like message her like, hey, we're going to do an episode about stuff like this. But I don't think people get that because you constantly feel like you're being judged.
Right.
Even though that's all in our heads, in all honesty. Like, I mean, I'm going to say maybe when I had Oliver, it wasn't, because people, like, were just saying whatever the hell they wanted. Like, you would be in the grocery store. I remember my one friend, her kid is super tall. Like, super tall. At 6 months old, he looked like he was 3. But she's tall, and his dad's tall, right? Like, they're all, like, 6 foot something. So he's a super tall kid. And I remember her telling me, like, she was standing in line at the grocery store, and somebody said to her, like, your 2-year-old doesn't need to be held. And she was like, first of all, he's 6 months old. That's number 1. Number 2, even if he was 2, it's none of your business if I hold my kid or not. Who are you? Who are you? And it's like, you see stuff all the time about people saying rude things to moms who are breastfeeding in public. Bro, if that ever would have happened to me, I would have shut you down so fast. It wouldn't even been funny. Wouldn't even been funny. But it never did, thank goodness. Because I probably would have went to jail. But I mean, you see stuff like that all the time. Even before, when I was telling you, right before we got on here, I was like, I keep seeing moms like lay in the cribs with the babies. And I want to understand what more about that, because I've never seen it before. And it's like, I've been seeing it a lot more. But also, like, how are you in the bed? How does it fit? I could never fit into the crib. Like, maybe I could fit into the crib, but like, I couldn't get out of the crib. Y'all are flexible. If this is what you're doing, good for you. If you can get in and out of that crib without waking that baby up, I need to know your sorcery, because I can't even walk into my bedroom door can't even walk into my bedroom without waking my baby up. So let me know. Let me know your magic trick, please.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it is, what it comes down to. And we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of judging people. You are. We all do it. Like, I think we're all trying to be a little bit more better at it. I know I am. I know you are. But it is hard. And that's why I think, too, like, we can't make mom friends unless we do have kind of the same point of view.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or like the same kind of background, I guess you could say, would be a good word for it. Because it is lonely. It's hard. 3 years. 3 years.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that shit is another type of lonely. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's rough.
I can't even imagine, because I worked.
And it's like everybody else is working. So it's like, you can't really text anybody during the day. You can't, like, there's really nobody to talk to because everybody else is working. And you're not. So it's like, all right, well, you know. And then by the time, like, work gets out, 3, 4 o'clock, now you're making dinner. Now you're trying to get the kids to bed. Like, you just don't talk to anybody. Like, you barely talk to, like, sometimes I barely talk to my husband, you know? Like, it's crazy.
It's
like,
crazy.
Sometimes life is crazy.
You're talking to a toddler all day long.
Yeah.
You have no stimulating conversation. And people don't realize, like, it's freaking exhausting.
Yeah.
They don't get it. Like, they really, really don't. I mean, I do think I don't want to like undermine what dads do, because my husband is very hands-on and he takes care of the kids just as much as I do.
It's not the
but
same.
I just don't think that, and I could be wrong. Maybe after I get off of this, I'll be like, you're an idiot. But
well, if mine's watching, he'll chime in.
But I think that we just have that guilt.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and I feel like there was like something I was just reading about how
I just had it today. Like,
yeah.
Okay, I told you how I put her to bed, right? Now, I'm laying with her and I'm on my phone. We're in the dark room, but I'm on my phone watching like TikTok or whatever. And like, I'm just letting her do her thing because I don't want to, like, you know, like, instead of like yelling at her to go to bed, and she's like, no, because I feel like, you know, she's at that age where now she's like learning how to be a little bit spiteful. So like, you yelling at her to do something, she's not going to do it. So I'm just like letting her play with her doll, and I'm like, all right, I'll give her till, you know, a certain time. And if she's really not laying down, then I'm going to like be assertive with it. But so I'm just like laying there on my phone, like watching TikTok, and she's like laying there all nice with her baby. And like, I feel guilty that I'm on my phone watching TikTok and not like snuggling her or like rubbing her butt to sleep. But she doesn't need me to. Like, she's perfectly content. Why do I feel this way? You know what I mean? And like, that's just like a little thing, you know? There's like many big things all throughout the day that you're just like, damn. Like, I don't know. Today, when I went to the grocery store today and I came home, she was losing her mind. because she was tired. We had to wake up early to go to an appointment. And I was just like, you know what? You're just going to go to bed. You're just going to go to sleep, and that's it. So I like literally like brought her in the house, changed her diaper, and put her to bed. And I go downstairs and I bring in the groceries and I'm putting them away and like all this stuff. And I'm like, was that the right thing to do? Like, she was crying.
Yeah, but
She
you
was
know what
obviously
your
upset.
kid needs.
Right. And I asked her, I was like, what's wrong? And she like really wasn't giving me like, she was just overtired. And I eventually like was like, okay, like I get it. But at the same time, I felt bad because like, I don't know, mom guilt. Like, why do you feel guilty about stuff sometimes? Like, it just happens. But like a dad, I feel like a dad would never like think like that. You know? I feel like a dad would just be like,
I agree.
She's being quiet. I'm gonna lay here and do what I gotta do.
Facts.
Or like, you know what
100%.
I mean? Like, as long as they're quiet and alive, that's all the dads care about.
Like even today, I was losing my ever loving mind today because I just could not.
Amber was, you were, but
I was
Jane,
like,
that poor girl. She sung her heart out all day.
Screaming all day. Screaming. Like literally just like I'm on the phone in the car driving and she's screaming.
There was like a point where me and Amber were just quiet and Jane was just like
screaming. I said, Oliver, give your sister your sunglasses. Like I didn't even, because I told him to get his sunglasses because he said the sun was hurting his eyes, and immediately as soon as he put those on his face, that's when she started freaking out. And I was like, she either wants them or she's scared. So either way, give them to her. I don't even care. I didn't even have to look into the back seat because I just knew. Like, it was, and right after I said that, then she shush.
Yeah,
she was quiet. Like, she's tired though. She went to bed tonight at 8:00. She hasn't gone to. Even Will was like, she hasn't gone to bed this early in forever. And I was like,
that's scary because she's gonna get up in the middle of the night and she's not gonna go back.
She gets up in the middle of the night no matter what. I literally said to Will last night, I said, you know what, like, Oliver may have slept in bed with us like all the time, but at least he slept.
Yeah.
She doesn't sleep. She doesn't even sleep. She doesn't even sleep. And like, I don't know if we didn't mention this at all, but me and Will were in a car accident on Saturday. So my arm is really hurting me, like really bad. And I sleep facing her.
Right.
So I sleep on my left arm, and when she wakes up, she wants to try and jump on one of us. So she's jumping on my right arm. That is killing me.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Will works in the morning. I try not to wake him up in the middle of the night. Like, I really do, unless I am like really going to lose my crap. So I didn't sleep all night. I didn't sleep all day, no naps. And we got spelling tests to get ready for tomorrow. We got a baby who slept for 20 minutes all the entire day. We have my Oliver trying to, he's home. He's excited. He wants to play. We're all home tonight. Like, it doesn't always happen. So Thursdays are like our nights to where we all get to have dinner together, where we all get to watch something, but like, not if your sister is losing her mind.
Yeah. Not gonna happen.
So it's just not, like, it wasn't a good day. It just wasn't. And I feel bad. I do, because it just, like, I'm trying so hard to not be the way that I was with Oliver before I knew more things, before I learned more about being a mom and about myself and about our relationship and stuff like that. And I've been saying, like, it's different with Jane. She's going to be raised a little bit differently because me and Will are older. We've already done it once, and we know, like, the things that we liked about our parenting style and we didn't like. And then there are days like today where I'm freaking out from hour one, like, and can't even wind down. And then you can't sleep because you feel so bad about it.
Right.
So then it's like, I'm not even going to sleep tonight because, I mean, I feel guilty.
Girl, you need to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. You do.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
But
I feel like
Yeah.
as a mom, you're always like, what can I have done better? And
it's hard though because at the
that's
same
what eats
time,
at you sometimes too. Like there are times where like Sophia is just like so bad. Like she's just so bad. And like, okay, she's 2.5. She's gonna have tantrums. She's gonna be bad. She doesn't know how to regulate her emotions. And I
your
have to
brain
figure
knows that.
yeah, my brain knows that, but I get so frustrated and like but then I'm like, am I a bad mom? Like I'm home with her 24/7. I'm the one teaching her things. I'm the one building this little thing. Like, am I a bad mom? And then it's just like I sit there and I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. There has to be something that I'm doing wrong because she's acting like a damn fool. Which,
But that's
but I'm
not
not.
it.
But I'm not.
You're not.
She's 2. You know, like
Just how 2-year-olds are. There's a reason it's called the terrible twos. 3s are worse
Yeah.
though. Just
that's
a
what
warning.
everybody keeps telling me, and I feel like I'm already seeing it. But like, I wish I could be that like, not necessarily like gentle parent, because
yeah, but like
I don't
my
know.
thing
I don't
is
think I
like
could.
you don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I'd rather sit here and tell you guys, like, I'm losing my shit on a daily basis, but also trying to not do that.
It also makes me sad because sometimes, like, she'll be playing with her, like, babies, and, like, she'll say things that I would say to her. Like, not mean things, like, that, like, you know what I mean? But, like, she's disciplining her babies, like, I discipline her, and then I'm like, is that what I sound like? And now I'm sad.
That's what you sound like to her, but that might not be what you sound like. Yeah.
And it's just like, dang, all right, now I need to take a different approach. But then it's like, you never remember. When the time comes, like, you never remember, like,
but it's also like, if it works, then why wouldn't you do it?
You're right. Yeah.
I don't know. It's so, being a parent is weird.
It's so weird.
And at the end of the day, I really do feel like no matter what, they're gonna blame us for something.
Yeah.
Like,
and I do think you're right though. Like you need to find people that are kind of like you, because nobody would if I was telling somebody else's, they probably wouldn't truly get it like you do, because we're kind of the same, but we're not. But you know, like we've had the same situations a little bit, and it's just like, I don't know.
Well, and it's also true, like the way that we were raised was very different, but also like not. Yeah. Like your mom made you sit down and eat dinner until it was eaten. My mom did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, but like we don't necessarily do that. But
no. I don't know. Yeah. It's like I try to think like, how was I raised? How was I disciplined? But I can only remember so much. I can't remember when I was 2.
Yeah.
And then it's like I have to.
And then you
have
think,
to go by.
Well, are they
like,
gonna remember when they're 2?
My mom's like, you need to discipline her. You need to discipline her. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I don't want to spank her. Like, I don't want to. Like, that's not the way I want to discipline her, unless she is doing something life-threatening. Like, because she is not dumb. She is like really not dumb. And when she sees me doing that to her, because we all have, she knows now, oh, mommy did that when she was angry, so now I'm going to do that when I'm angry.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Sure. Like, she's like,
recently I've gotten back into saying, oh my God, I hate my life.
Yeah.
When I'm mad. I stopped saying it for a while, but at least I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. And I just like was filtering it out. Who knows? But I've been saying like, oh my God, I hate my life. Oh my God, I hate my life. Like, I think I said it on the phone with you today, probably like 5 times.
I feel like every other sentence.
But then Oliver, like last week, was like, I hate my life. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? Who are you to hate your life? Shut up right now. Like, are you joking? You have no. And then it's so hard because you can't like sit there and be like, you do not get to say you hate your life because this is what my life was like.
Right.
Because my mom will pull that crap all the time. And I'm just like, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you still did this. Like, instead of learning, you still did stuff. And I
Yeah.
mean, my mom is super like, you know how my mom is. She's always saying like, I'm sorry I did that, or I can't believe I did that, or whatever. Even still now, years later, I'll be like, Mom, it's not a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Anything at this point in my life now is up to me to decide what triggers me and what doesn't, or
Right.
what I want to be my trauma and what I don't. Like,
Yeah.
it's up to me. And also my family's super sarcastic and we joke about everything, like dead people and whatever. Like, we don't like to always face the reality of shit.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like we got a little bit off topic, but I would like to say also, if you are trying to find friends, okay, download the Peanut app. I said this to Dana yesterday, and she's super skeptical
I'm done. I'm eating my popcorn.
skeptical about it. But I have been talking to other moms on there who have been helping me with like just some stuff like I put on there about postpartum symptoms that I've been having, even though my baby's almost a year old. You know, and it's just cool to get other people's perspectives. I'm not saying go meet up with them, but you could. That's how I found the walking group that I still haven't gone to 2 weeks in a row. But it was raining today, so I thought it was canceled. Also, I had a job interview, so I didn't go. But hey, it is what it is.
Maybe it's the universe telling you not to do it because you're going to get kidnapped.
Oh my God, I'm not going to get kidnapped in a public park.
Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Do you know how many people get kidnapped in public parks?
Yeah, at like 5 o'clock in the morning when they're running on their own.
No, at all times. Come on. Watch a true
in the
crime.
middle of the night.
No. I can't stand you.
I'm just saying. I don't think these moms are like gonna,
You don't know. You don't know if they're actually moms.
I do, because not only are they on Peanut, but they're also on Facebook.
Listen, they could be in cahoots with their husbands that are crazy, or like a guy crazy. I don't trust nobody. That's another thing. I can't make friends because I don't trust anybody. I do not trust anybody.
I'm going to say this. Trust your kids' instincts first before your own. Because I'm going to tell you, if Oliver doesn't like somebody, we will not hang out with that person again.
Well, I would never force my kid to hang out with somebody that she doesn't
like.
But
I mean, like, I trust a kid's instincts and dog instincts. So if my dog doesn't like you, I don't like you. They can sense evil. I 100% believe that. If my dog does not like you, I do not like you.
I agree.
So just going to put that out there.
What if I came there and your dog didn't like me?
You got to go. You know what I mean, though? Like, for real. My dog would jump on you right away, though. My dog is very loving, but there have been instances where he's been barking at people that I'm like, oh, that person's a little sus already. So not surprised.
Uh-oh.
And also, like, if your kid feels weird around somebody, take it seriously.
Yeah, but I can't use Sophia's judgment because she
instinct. It's not about judgment. It's about instinct. Yeah, it's about nature, not nurture.
Everybody.
Listen, she hated me. She had every right, maybe. Oh well.
She loves Jane though, so we can't break up.
She does love Jane, but you know what I mean? Like, when it's, I don't know. I've seen it, like, I'm not going to, like, call people out because I don't think that they're actually, like, a bad person, but I have seen like
Call
where
people
my
out. Call people out.
No, I'm not gonna do that. That's rude. But it's because it's not like they're a bad person. They don't have like a criminal record or anything. But I will say like Oliver felt weird or whatever, and I was like, okay, well, we don't have to hang out with that person anymore.
Yeah.
And we don't. So trust your kid's judgment. Even if you're desperate for a friend, if your kid does not like those people or doesn't like their kids, believe your kid. That's important. If Oliver said to me, I don't like this kid, he bit me, I'd be like, your kid bit my kid. I should come over and bite you, but I'm not going to. But they will no longer be friends. Goodbye. Period. End of story. Now, I feel like we have exhausted all the things. Also, look on Facebook for mommy groups. I'm not saying you. I'm saying anybody out there who's just looking for some mom friends.
Dude, I've been a part of some of those groups, and like,
now some of them are like, I just go on there to be like, ooh, what's the drama? Because I like to be nosy. I don't know these people. I don't know you in real life, so you can tell me all about how your husband's cheating on you. Go ahead.
fair.
Like, I'll listen or I'll
Yeah.
read it and not say anything. But then there are other mom groups where like people really do genuinely like want to help you or help each other. Like on the Peanut app, I talk about a lot of postpartum depression stuff because I think it's important for people to talk about.
I don't trust that app. I don't trust it. When I went on and it was like a Tinder for moms, I was like, I'm out of here.
But you can't see it. Like you didn't even do it because you can't even see people. You have to pay for it to be able to see the people that wave at you.
It doesn't matter. It's still Tinder for moms.
I just message people on there and say hi. Maybe I'm the creepy one.
You are.
Whatever. There's one mom I'm talking to right now. She only lives like 20 minutes away from me.
I wish this was alcohol.
What? She lives like 20 minutes away from me. She's from New York. And we were just talking on there. Maybe we'll meet. Maybe we won't meet. I don't know. Maybe if there's a soccer game over her way like there was last time and we see each other, we'll be like, yo, what's up?
I can't be the only one that feels like you're crazy.
There are thousands. I'm talking to people in England and Australia and New Zealand and South Africa and Japan. Like, this is the whole world using this app. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, I think that's cool. This is where we differ because I think it's cool. I think it's cool to get, first of all,
What do
and
you have
also
in common with somebody in Japan?
postpartum depression.
Oh my god.
What do you mean? What?
It's just
This whole podcast is about moms.
Oh
and
yeah. Okay.
us
So
having
that's fine.
similarities
That's
in
fine.
life.
We okay. So we're putting ourselves out there and we're talking. But like and like okay, say it comes about that somebody comes across and starts messaging us and like we become friends. But like you went on like a dating app for moms and are messaging people around the world.
It's the same thing as a mom group on Facebook.
And I don't trust them either. I don't trust them. I don't trust the internet. I don't trust the internet.
I'm not saying I'm going to go meet somebody in a dark alley, Dana. Like,
But I'm afraid they're gonna find you in a dark alley. Like,
nobody's going to find me. I have my location turned off. And you keep it very, like, vague.
It's just here's
And also, too, like, you're not even thinking as like a podcast, as you want this to be a business. You want this to be like an event, like get big. This is an entire global app full of moms.
Well, are you promoting us?
What do you think I'm doing on here too?
Girl. I call bullshit.
There's podcasts on here. Say, all right, now we gotta go because Dana done made me mad. Just done made me mad. I drank all my wine within the first 5 minutes of the episode. I don't even have any more, and I'm in pain. My shoulder hurts, and Dana done pissed me off at this point. So
listen,
the glasses are going on. I can no longer see you.
oh my God.
I'm blinded by my own screen.
I'm just saying. It's my own thing. I don't trust people. I don't trust the internet. I can do this. I could talk on a podcast, but I'm not necessarily like. And if somebody wants to come to me and like need an ear, I'm here. I'm there. Okay, I'm fine. But
they're
for
strangers,
me,
Dana. But they're strangers,
fine.
Dana.
But if I'm just listening, and I know they're strangers.
Everybody you meet in life is. Your husband was a stranger at one point. I was a stranger at one point.
You didn't like him. He'll tell you
like me either. Maybe that's it. Maybe you have to not like somebody first. Maybe that's your secret.
Before I met him, he used to work at the Wawa in my neighborhood, and I would go and I would see him, and I'd be like, dude, this guy is a tool bag. Like, he's a douchebag. I hated him. He knows this. And then I met him through a mutual friend, and I was like, I guess he's not that bad. Fast forward like 10 years, I still hate him.
I was gonna say, has much changed? I'm just confused.
I'm just joking, but yeah, I just get weary of people. I'm a very like.
That's fine. I'm not saying don't be weary of people. You know me, of all people, I'm like a psycho. It doesn't mean my judgment is clouded. If somebody was sending me messages like, hey, and I got a weird vibe from it, I'd be like, block, 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 just like I do on Instagram all day long. Block, 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 block. Do you know how many people I block a day? You want to be my sugar baby? No, I do not. But block. I do not want to be your sugar baby. I don't want to be anybody's sugar nothing. I want to eat the sugar. I don't want to be it. Thank you. All right. Next week, I'm going to try and get a guest. I'm going to try.
I talked to Alice. I tried to get her to come on.
She's not going to do it. I already knew it.
Doing it.
She's not doing it. I already knew that.
She would be perfect, but she's not doing it.
She would be perfect, but she's not going to do it. So Alex is out. Our triangle is broken.
We're like this right now. We're not connected.
The triangle's like this. Me and Dana. Alex is down here. Not connected.
It's funny because I was like, Alex, come on. She's like, no. And I'm like, but then she's like, I can't really watch you guys like all the way through because it makes me miss you guys. And I'm like, well, then come on and talk to. Like, it's just us talking. Like, you can't see anybody.
She's not gonna do that. Oh, look, I got a Peanut app notification.
Girl, you're gonna get kidnapped. Bye.
Whatever. Hey, maybe they'll kidnap me and take me to New Zealand.
Maybe.
I'll be living the life. Maybe that's the plan, Dana. God. Yeah. You heard me today. I'm ready to go. Anyway, on that horrific note.
Yeah.
See you guys next week, unless I get kidnapped.
Yeah, we're going to be maintaining friends.
Maintaining friends.
So, be sure
and possibly having a special guest. I'm going to work on that.
You got all week.
This weekend.
So, go like and follow and subscribe and share and all of the above.
Oh, also, real quick, somebody tell me how many followers we have. Because on my phone, my husband's phone, my computer, it all says that we have over 200. But
Look,
on my sister's, on my mom's, on Dana's husband's, it all says we have 156. Because we said that if we got over 200 followers, we were going to do another giveaway.
I couldn't
And
even commit to the first one because my dang computer broke.
yeah, but we have the 10. We can do a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah, that's true. I do have.
Or I can see if I can get somebody to make like a.
See, on Butler's computer it says 156 followers. 140 likes on 156 followers.
But my phone says 211.
Still?
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird.
And so does Will's. And it's not my house like you thought because my sister was here yesterday and it's at 156.
That's so weird.
So I don't know. Please, if you guys rewatch this, if you listen to it on Spotify, if you, whatever, however you listen to us, come onto the Facebook page and just leave us a comment.
Yeah.
And tell us what it says when you pop on because we wouldn't want to miss another giveaway.
Facts.
So, facts. We love you all. Thanks for listening to us be moms and argue. Kind of argue.
That's always arguing.
Whatevs. Next week, maintaining friendships. And this is for people who are not moms because we have many friends that are not moms.
Yeah.
Well, not Dana as much now. I mean, clearly. Dana has 0 friends, apparently.
I have a broken triangle.
On that note,
Bye.
bye.